Hello and welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you how to implement and create an MDLC network table for an STS project. Let's begin. So a simple network consisting of a single communication link doesn't require a network table. That's pretty obvious, okay? A communications node in an MDLC network can be described as an interconnection point between two or more links. And here we have our interconnection point, site 7, and it supports two or more links. So in this instance, it's supporting RS link 1 and RS link 2. Now, if any of the sites on RS link 1 need to communicate RTU to RTU to any sites on RS link 2, they'll need to know where the node is in their system, because the network table that's stored at each node acts as an internal reference, and it tells the data where it needs to go. So if site 3, for example, needs to send data to site 10, that network table in the node tells it where to send the data. In the same way, a network table in the same network table that's in site 7 will be in site 3, because site 3 will need to know where the RS link 2 is. So if we ask site 4 to transmit or communicate with site 11 and it doesn't know where RS link 2 is, then we've got an issue. It'll create a problem, it'll create a problem at the local RTU that's trying to send the data to site 11, and the communication will basically fail. It'll say, I cannot find that link ID in my configuration. I fail it, and we'll generate an error. So to get around this, we create what we call this network table. So we go to System, and we go to Network Manager. Now, with every STS project, it generates what we call a generic network table. But when we created this project, we told STS to disregard or don't save the generic network, and that's what we've done here. So if we just go back to System and Network Manager, you can see that the generic table, even though it's selected, hasn't been applied to the sites, and that's fine. Let's create a new network table. So the node or the interconnection point in this system, in this STS project, is site 7. So we type in 7. Just a sec. I don't want to edit that table, I want to create a new table. So site 7, and the supporting link IDs are, you might have to just scroll through and find it. Can be a bit fiddly. Just type R and it'll come up. So the RS link 1, right? And then we need RS link 2. They're the supported links in the system. So RS link 1 and RS link 2 are the supported links in the network. We want to save that. We'll give it a name. We'll call it NewNet. NewNet 1. There you go. And we want to apply NewNet 1 to all the sites in the network. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 12 and 13 won't need it, because we actually don't want it. We don't want them as being part of the network, and we don't have to load. We just use that for an example. But you know what? For the sake of it, we'll just load that in. So we'll just go back to Network Manager. 12 and 13 are also part of that network. So we'll go back there. So next, when we go download, it's probably best to start at the node and download to the node first. When we download it, you save the project obviously, and you're given the download option. Never select local when you download a network configuration. You'll always have an error. It'll generate an error locally. It'll say, I'll just attempt that. See, local address is not allowed when the network file has been downloaded. Please set specific site and link ID in the address toolbar. So unselect local. If you get that error, unselect local, put it in the site ID and the RS link 1. Even if you're connected locally to the RTU, for example, don't select local. Select the RTU you want to download to and its primary link. Always select the primary link the RTU resides on. So in this instance, it can be RS link 1 or RS link 2, but we're using RS link 1. So we're downloading the site configuration and a network configuration there. And you can then go ahead and download to every site from site 7. So for example, if I want to download to site 2, you can download to site 2 remotely. You'd have to click on site 2, download. Again, select the site ID, the site you're downloading to, and the primary link that RTU resides on. And that's the way MDLC networking works. I'll follow up with some more information, more videos with MDLC networking, MDLC over IP in particular. So let's just go over a few facts. Like I mentioned, the network table stored at each node acts as an internal reference which details the path to available links to the network. So like I mentioned earlier, any of these sites need to do peer-to-peer. So any RS link site that needs to do peer-to-peer communication with a site on RS link 2 needs to know where the node is in the system. There is some diagnostics associated with networks, with a network table. Again, I'll go into that in a little bit more detail. This is just the basics, just to show you just a bit of an introduction into MDLC networking. Any questions, any queries, drop me an email.